Aloha! Good morning from Kapahi, which is up in the hills of Kapala on the little island of Kauai, here in the middle of the largest ocean in the world. Welcome to Mystic Wisdom Dialogues with Wayne Powell. Well, what a summer we're having here in Kauai. Oh, I don't know if you're watching my IG channel, but I posted something this morning. The ocean was so calm. And I know Tim, you're here. You've probably been in the ocean and you know how calm the ocean gets here in the summer. It's really lovely. The kids are out of school, so there's a lot of people here on Kauai, giving a lot of rides to families in my little peace wagon, my Uber driving. So this morning I'm guided to start with a Morna Simeona prayer from her book. This book is called Dewdrops of Wisdom, as you can see. Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon. And actually, you might have to buy it from their site. I can't quite remember where it came from, but anyway, she speaks a lot for the Holy Spirit or for God in her book as a clear channel. And as you read the book, it's mostly the words of God through Morna Simeona. So here is the prayer on page 35, Dewdrops of Wisdom. It's called, How Can You? Here's the photo that comes with it, which is really cool, of the children looking at the light. Yeah, see, there's our innocence right there. Okay. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to just drop in deeper and feel the essence of yourself, your higher self, as you inhale into your body. Close your eyes and listen carefully as if your high self is speaking this prayer to you. Oh, let the light sing with joy. Let its shimmering essence radiate throughout the cosmos. O children of the light, you are essence, formless from the beginning when you came out of the void. How can a camel go through the eye of a needle? How can a rich man get into heaven? Through the essence of his being. When you are essence, you are nothing, everything. You are just one with everything. When you are essence, you are omnipresent, omniscient, everything. When you are form, thought forms, expectations, you become locked into time, space, and body. Again, it is a choice. To be essence or to be locked into pettiness, into the periphery, into effect, into form. How funny you are to give up the light. For how can you see? For how can you find the way? For how can you find me? Separateness is an illusion, a darkness, an expectation. Light is everything. It goes through an eye of a needle, through a keyhole. For it is in the light that the key to your oneness with me is. So flow, glow, and be everything. Let's breathe that in. Allow it to be watered in consciousness Listen carefully to the voice within as you breathe in the light that you are, the love that we share as the one Son of our Creator. There is no separation. The Spirit lives in everything, with us, as us, and for us. Listen to your environment without judgment as you breathe in this light, holding yourself as essence, in presence, with the one that's beating your heart, in the mind that we share with God. My lesson today was from the Course in Miracles. I walk with God in perfect holiness. And Jesus said in the lesson, say this to yourself 1,000 times today. So I think I'm on about 200 or 300 so far. Let's all say that or think it silently together as you keep breathing in the light from above. Call response. I walk with God in perfect holiness. I walk with God in perfect holiness. I walk with God in perfect holiness. Can you feel yourself as a candle flame, flickering the light, the essence of life itself, the essence of creation, the source of creation? Feel a trifold flame in your heart flickering. Spirit, mind, and body. Father, Mother, Son as one. As Morna would say it. Thank you, God, for this life, for this blessing today. To realize ourselves here in this body as your holy child, walking with you, as you and for you, walking this earth to dissolve the illusion that this is is anything. Knowing that deep within, what is everything is the source of it all. And in this, we place our faith and trust, knowing that we are one with you. And the blessing, the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us here on earth are so welcome as we view through them to the source of their being, as you, as us, as the one. And so it is. You know, it's so easy to purchase the illusion that this dimension is all there is. Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. Thank God. Because there's a lot of things going on in the world that, a lot of pain and suffering, and so much that to think that that's all there is, that that wouldn't inspire anybody to stay living. But to be able to see through it, because what the training is about, when you feel yourself, when you realize yourself as light in a body, as love in a body, you're filled with joy and peace, happiness, presence, overflowing, willing to share this with everyone and everything in the world. And that's what's real. That's what lives forever. That's what resonates and ripples into infinity. Why? Because it's of the mind of God. God's will for us is perfect happiness. That's it. So anything going on in the world that doesn't look like that, it's not of God. It's not of the mind of God. It's a projection that we share and that we buy and that we react to or respond to. And it's not to minimize, the humanitarian efforts, to feed Gaza or, to stop the wars in the world. Those are really, really good for us to do. Yet to think that that's all there is of our life is an absolute falsehood. No. Think about it for a minute. You look at people who have come and gone in the world, lived their life, to the fullest that they could. And what is left when they leave? Like I think about my parents. I don't know very much about a lot of their life. I only know what I've been told, and yet that's why I think the Hawaiians, they spend so much attention with the ancestors. It's not so much to keep their memory alive as to honor the spirit that they are or were in a body and that they are still in support of their own life stream. Because it's so easy to see how people are dying every day, just naturally. Some from diseases, some from just old age, some on the battlefield. And yet, the ego mind, it tends to exalt those folks for the time that they spent here. And that's beautiful, it's lovely, there's nothing wrong with that. Yet to attach to it would not be healthy. Honor it, yes, but not to attach to it. It's the same in every relationship. What brings a lot of judgment, I see, is the attachment to how you wish things had gone with people. Maybe you would have been better in the relationship, or they would have been better in the relationship. And then the ego loops these things to bring us guilt and shame. Easy to see. Yeah, I mean, you can have an instant feeling of guilt or shame with something that you may have said to a group or to someone, and then you moved on, and then you start thinking, why did I say that? I wonder if they, how they took it, all this goes on, right? Anything clinging to the past in that regard, going backwards. There's no presence in it. I mean, If you can learn something really quickly and then let it go, see your innocence right away. I mean, that's the trick. That we are walking hand in hand, the Spirit with the Holy Spirit, who sees and knows and reflects our innocence every moment of our life that we're paying attention. So the practice is, not only seeing my own innocence, but everyone else's. And this is a very freeing practice. It's amazing how free you can actually feel when you get this into a good habit. Catching yourself in a judgment, about something or someone. And you make another choice. Wow. I'm going to look through that judgment. I'm going to look behind it. I'm going to find the essence of the Spirit in that being that is perhaps creating some horrible things in this human dream. Still, if you can see that innocence, it means that you've reclaimed your own innocence. And we were born in innocence. And we were born in innocence to reclaim our innocence through all the programming that we received from our parents, our teachers, our preachers. Yeah. It's in there. Yeah, it's up to you to find it. It's up to me to find it. And it's a daily practice. It does. It takes a lot of work. And yet it's also effortless. Once you install the app or the habit to reclaim innocence in every moment, everything becomes neutral, all events, no matter how traumatic they look to the human mind. That's the other thing. The power of our programming towards guilt, shame, blame, judgment is so strong that it's like gravity. Yeah, it's just like gravity. Yeah, I was noticing this morning as I was doing my exercises, doing some push-ups and pushing my whole body weight, 176 pounds, away from the earth. Now, where does that come from, that measurement? It comes from gravity, 176 pounds, right? And each time I would pump my body up, I would think the thought, I am one with God in perfect holiness. And more and more energy would come into the pumping away from the gravity. And I thought, okay, so this is the exercise. This is what it is. In order to reprogram our mind, in order to change the judgment factor that happens automatically, it's gravity. It's going to take some work. And we would call that levity. Becoming lighter in the way we think and the way we see things with more light. Looking for the light in things instead of the darkness. That's my practice daily. And especially when I'm triggered. That's when the rubber meets the road. And I feel triggered, and then I get still, I pause, and I'll take a breath, and I'll change that thought into something that is of the light. Looking for forgiveness for myself for having the trigger, so that I can be more present in the moment, in the situation with this person perhaps. And it's really interesting, even driving Uber with all the conversations going on in the back seat with different families and couples. And watching my mind, wanting to assess what's being said, perhaps add to it, I just have to smile and think, oh, don't need to go there. The training is all about presence. It's all about being the love that I am here now. And I'll close my eyes very briefly if I'm driving. Maybe not close my eyes. But I will begin breathing in from above, going vertical, into my heart and rippling loving presence into the cab of the van. And just feel those gentle waves just flowing behind me. And then all of a sudden I'm not paying attention to what they're saying anymore. I'm just being like this lighthouse or this throbbing light bulb that is the essence of acceptance of whatever is happening, and the essence of forgiveness of all of our humanness, and the essence of love that exists within us all, behind, beneath, above, and around our situation, our conversation. The love is there. You just have to look for it. It's there. Yeah. So that's my practice, and I'm feeling the effects of it. I don't do it for the tips, but the tips are growing and growing and growing. And I know it's because of what they're feeling, whether there's a conversation or not. They walk out of the van just so profusely grateful. Even the kids, as they're getting out, thank you so much, right? And I play this really peaceful music because I know that, coming to and from the airport can be quite hectic to the nervous system. So I have a soundtrack that I've created actually for the radio show that's coming on KKCR. I'm going to do voiceovers, this soundtrack. So I play it in the cab, and that way they can have their conversations, because it's really mellow. It's meditative music, theta kind of stuff, and the body responds no matter what genre they're attracted to in music. Their body will respond to this soundtrack. These guys and girls who create these 3-minute songs, instrumentals with synthesizers and things and nature sounds, they're really in the groove. They really penetrate the nervous system, immediately calming it down. Yeah. It's like magic. And so that becomes, part of the miracle that they experience as love in my cab. So yeah. How are you doing with your practice of being love in a body? Yeah, please comment below in this YouTube or wherever you're seeing this. It'd be nice to know that you're getting any value from these Sunday morning transmissions. And I definitely welcome questions. If you have any, you can type them in the chat. And just wondering, are you present, Tim? Probably not near your phone. Well, thank you for showing up, though. A dear friend who came and studied with me here on Kauai a couple years ago. So, yeah, I realize, the challenge to defy gravity of the ego. It's something that we're all growing through. So I want to encourage you. And that's why I do these Sunday morning broadcasts, to encourage you to find your whole self. As Morna would put it, spirit, mind, and body. I'm sorry, she would do father, mother, and son. Yes. And when you bring that family together inside of you, it's much easier to feel the peace and the harmony that has been gifted to us as wholeness. Yeah. All right, let's see what else wants to be shared today. I brought a bunch of publications for you. Oh, here we go. I see something coming in to the chat here. As love in a body, I am growing stronger, in and out. Life as a healing process and spiritual evolvement. Nice. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. I know that about you from all your postings on social media. You're one happy guy living in the mind of God. You're a great reflection for all of us, Tim. Thank you. Okay. Now, this particular book Tales from the Night Rainbow, Coco Willis and Polly Jai Lee. This chapter is called Manava Mauloa Aku, Eternal Time. Okay, let's take a breath in and receive a few paragraphs from the Tales of Night Rainbow. In the early days, that is, before the Tahitian Ali'i came to these shores, our powers were great. Our koa bowls were full of light, and we could do all things. There were no laws of life or death in those days. That form of rule came with the Ali'i. Our only law, if you want to call it that, was that all are one. Anything said to hurt another would hurt you also. You cannot strike your brother without it also striking your parents and your aumakua. So it is best to strike no one. In those days, it was commonplace for people to lie down and their mind go elsewhere, to check out weather conditions, to see a loved one far away, to fly with the birds, or to find the answer to a problem too hard for the mind and body. This is still carried on to some degree, but far less. Now it is usually done only by a few who have kept the light. In those days, and after the Ali'i came too, we could think people home. We sent messages to them wherever they might be and have them come home if we needed them. They always got the message and came home. The aumakua would protect them. We would keep them in our mind, always safe, always well. We didn't worry. We knew they were cared for. The aumakua could do things for us like that we could not do for ourselves. It was a good arrangement, having part of the family here in school, the other part watching over us and guiding us. Our time was not of a clock. It was of the day and of the night, cycles of the moon, and the time of certain stars in the morning or evening. We had divisions of time, but nothing as rigid as a clock. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow were one. We had been here before. We would be here again. We were here for a reason, to learn. Sometimes we had to come back many times to learn the lessons being taught. Sometimes we learned fast and could continue our journey on the other side and guard and watch over the family in body. There were many lessons to learn. One that seemed hardest for all to learn was that force of mind and force of fist are never in the same body. The energy will go only to one. It took time for me as a child to understand that the people who gathered at an aha, aina, or aha were only half of the family. The more important part, our ancestors, shared these meetings with us, listened to our problems, and did what they could to assist us with our difficulties. Help was given to us in many ways. Our spirit family, who knew the way of the light so well, and knew the power and the problem of the stones, they blessed us, surrounded us with light, their love, and gave us dreams to help us understand and to learn, watched us fall on our faces, helped us up, and started us on the pathway of light again and again and again. Wow. Thank you, Coco Willis and Pali Jai Lee. Well, today is going to be a little shorter message. I think we've packed a lot into this space so far. And as the inscription says, this is not of time. This is of quality. Quality of each moment of your life. Make it quality. Yes, because time is not real. It can be used for learning and for loving, but in itself, time is not real. So, thank you again for showing up. And if you like what's happening here, share it with your friends. We'd appreciate that. Let the love, let the light ripple out into more conscious communities so they can remember themselves as love in a body, sharing the mind of God, walking this land in peace and joy, holding the hand of their higher self. Al makua mai kapo aiola, ho ikea mai ikeola. Ah mama ua noa lele vale akuala. And I blow off this prayer in gratitude. Malama pono. Take good care of yourself till we meet again.